Sometimes interviews are not planned. When I came this morning, this is the morning when uh, South Africa are going to face Australia in a historic Women's T20 World Cup final. The first time a South African team, men or female, have achieved this feat of qualifying to the final. And when I came down this morning for a breakfast, I met three lovely ladies. Among them was my fortune. It was my fortune to have Yulandi Van der Merwe, former South African cricketer who have played three tests, 14 ODIs for South Africa back in the early 2000s. Ma'am, first of all, tell us about this feat. This interview is all about celebrating the past cricketers as well, but what they have achieved, Sunelus and the South African women. What do you have to say about that?
I think they are so fortunate to have this feeling, that feeling of celebrating women. You know, where we've come from so many years ago, in a sense, fighting to get to where we are today. It's just magnificent.
And if you look at the stadiums, Paarl, Port Elizabeth, and Cape Town, they were packed. They were backing all these South African women, and then they have achieved a historic feat by qualifying, by becoming the first team, men or women from South Africa to qualify for a Cricket World Cup final. What do you say about that?
The crowd was fantastic. I mean, Friday was like I could feel it in my veins. You know, it was bubbling. Yeah, and it's not just friends and family; it's everyone. Everyone was.
And let's talk about back in early 2000s. You used to play in 2000, 2003. From there, what are the major differences you are seeing in today's women's cricket?
I think that the support from the organizations and the cricket union, it just lifted the cricket to an absolute next level.
And like, what were the struggles during the days? Because nowadays these players, they have everything in their arms, but back in the days, what were the struggles you guys went?
So we had to work full day. We had to train at night. Some tournaments we had to pay for ourselves. Yeah, and it was tough, but we still did it for the love of the game.
Yeah, and that is the love of the game which has carried forward this legacy and built a foundation from which Sunelu, Marjan Kaap, Shabnim Ismail, these legends have emerged from. And looking at this team, you have followed all the matches. Looking at this team, what do you think they need to do to beat the mighty Australians, five-time champions? They're eyeing a three-peat. They are like almost an invincible team. We were having that chat in our breakfast table. Like, how can a team defeat Australia? What should these girls need to do?
I think they must just do what they've been doing. You know, don't change anything. Back yourself and just go and believe. And yeah, the result will be there.
And this is the time where WPL is coming up. WBPL has already established itself. Fair Pay Break, a global tournament. The women's cricketer, they are getting so much of tournaments and matches. Did you ever imagine that there would be so much money, so much popularization of women's cricket back in when you were playing?
No, not at all. Yeah, but I think that's why we played. You know, not maybe to get to that stage, but the dream was there. You know, to be like the men or to get to the level of the men. But yeah, this is just awesome.
You are going for the matches with your friends. 15,000 is expected at Newlands. What will you have to say about the atmosphere that the fans are going to generate today?
It's gonna be magic. I can kind of feel the magic already. I mean, we're looking over down to the stadium from here, and this morning the first thing that I saw was the stadium in that slight mist. You know, it's like there's something gonna happen.
There's something gonna happen, and everyone, I've spoken to many fans outside the stadium, and some of them have missed out on tickets. It is already sold out, but they are willing to stand outside the stadium and hear that atmosphere inside. That is something magical that is going to happen today. But ma'am, one last question. A message for the South African players who are going to face the Australian in the final. A message to all the players.
Girls, go out there, do us proud.
And any message for the young girls, young cricketers from all over the world who are aspiring to be professional cricketers and be part of future World Cup final perhaps?
It is a magical game, and you make so many friends that you will have forever. So just do it.
It's a pleasure. As I said, this interview was not planned. We all came down for our breakfast. We are all heading for the match now. But enjoy this interview. Tune in for the match. Definitely watch this historic feat. It's going to be magical, as the legend Yulandi Van der Merwe has just said. Thank you for watching. Thank you so much.